Hi guys and girls. So I decided to make this update quickly. I've been I've had quite a heavy flu this week, so I'm gonna try and make this short and let's hope the voice keeps up. So I'm starting with the DXY, not Bitcoin. It's just like today will be a bit of a high level view of the markets and how Bitcoin correlates or inverse correlates with which markets. So obviously the stronger the dollar, the weaker Bitcoin. So here you can see we're on the daily time frame, and the dollar has just been incredibly strong. It doesn't really make sense to me after all the dollars that's been printed to rescue that economy, why the dollar is still that strong. But then I don't really try to understand um, the economics. I just try and I just work on the technicals and try and trade the technicals and what I see on the charts. Yeah, here you can see how Bitcoin has just gone down on the daily and the dollar has just gone up. So something else I look at on a daily basis as I take my trade is also the S&P 500. Yeah, you can see it's also been on a really hard downtrend, but in the very long, or in a very high time frame, it's been in a bullish trend for very long. That was the Corona low down there. So if we pull the Fibonacci from that pivot there, then we can see it. I would have preferred to use that pivot, but I see it respected that one there, and we got a bounce off of there. Just gonna switch or hide that and show you, zoom in a little bit. So this weekly was important that it stayed above this weekly. Obviously those lows will be the next target to get above there, the previous low of this year. Obviously there's oil as well, but it doesn't really influence Bitcoin. But I've just got this little trend line here, got it connected with my magnet, so that's actually our enemy, because the more or the longer oil respects this trend line, the more we're going to pay for fuel, and basically the cost of living is connected to that. Okay, but enough of that. I just wanted to show you S&P 500 and the DXY. Very important. The dollar is like at all-time highs. Look at it. There was the previous high, then we had down. So it seems like it's healthy, or it should be. Some commentators think around $100 is healthy, but that the whole of the stock market got hurt there. We can just run through it quickly. Amazon. So I look at the tech stocks as well, because they correlated to Bitcoin, or it's also tech. So I haven't updated these. So the next big pivot will obviously be there. So I'll go into that pivot, and you'll see that CC was respected beautifully. Then Apple. Also haven't had a look at Apple for a long time, but there's the biggest pivots there, or even that one there. Yeah, that's probably the bigger one. Perfect respect. So the markets there's news and things going on, but it always sticks to the levels. So you're gonna have your hands quite full if you want to try stay up to date with all the news, except for if you only trade one stock or two stocks, then you can probably try and stay up to date. Tesla, it's probably I would have rather have liked, but that is the last pivot before the big push up, so it's correct. Netflix, I think Netflix took quite a beating. We're not even gonna try and. This is heavy. Yeah, no, let's just pass that. That's just too far down. It's not looking good. Nvidia, the guys who make the cards, video cards for Bitcoin mining. There you can see big pivot, no surprises. We're just wasting time now. I'm not going to go further on this. Let's go to what I wanted to show on Bitcoin. So I've got the Corona low there and the all-time high. pulled the Fibonacci, that's where we stopped. The only problem I have here is that we stopped in the middle of nowhere. So we're on that 6 yellow line there, but there seems to be a bit of confluence there, so I would rather look at that area as an area of support, because we basically stopped on at a mathematical level, because the 6.6 and the 6.18, that's just mathematical. There's no levels there. That was a previous low, so there was a swing failure there. But I mean, we just stopped in the middle of nowhere. We did swing failure that low there and just worked through a daily, but not this. There's no strong levels there, so it's a bit of a concern, and I think we might be going down to these levels, or even let's just mark this block out as well. It's actually on that 786, yeah, the bottom of that. So that's the levels, are the levels we should be looking at. And then another big level that I've got on my chart is this trend line from the corona lows, and then a touch there, and then really important that we stay above that level. So we can say we wicked through it, we got back above it. And then another level that really worked out well is this speed fan, the Fibonacci speed fan, and the 7.5 level. That was quite a slight front run, but that's quite an accurate level there. Yeah, that one is passed already. Just moving on to some other levels. Just want to show you what I'm looking at the moment. Now, I've been going on about this Fibonacci channel for a very long time. So on a high time frame, on the daily level, it doesn't look that special. So, but just look at those. So these were my points, these two, with a magnet point and back to the all-time high. There you can already see the respect there, and there's some touches there and there. You don't really see anything on the high time frame. There it looks really good. I'm just going to go down one time frame to the 1 hour. And that's those two yellow lines, and now all of a sudden look at that respect there and there and there. Touch, come back, back test, and then the top as well. So you can see we bounced off there just now about, what's that, 4 o'clock, and it was a swing failure of that, so that was a nice little scalp short there. I was a bit late on that. I saw it when it was already back at those highs there. Anyway, I really love this channel, and I thought we've lost it when we broke through, but anyway, we're still there. Go back to the daily, switch that off. I just want to show you, I've got a modified shift pitchfork here. So taken from the all-time high to the lows there, and then to the more local highs. There you can see that was really respected. That line was nicely respected, and down here as well. Let's just go in. Remember, it's the red line we're looking at. Oops, put it on auto. Just look at those touches there, man, that's perfect. Yeah, and go back a bit. I think that's the 0.5 line. Just look at that, hugging it up and down there. I really love these technicals. It doesn't give you still got to make the decision to take a trade, but you look for confluences with all these tools. So that's not the one I'm looking for. There's another modified pitchfork. Yeah, it's just that green line, but I'm not going to go into too much detail there. Yeah, I'm just playing around with some Fibonacci channels. And the second last thing I want to show you is this is now on the 15 minutes. So this is just a big drop now from yesterday. So there was a little sideways channel range before we dropped through. So I basically start that fixed range pull from where we just broke the weekly level, and then yes, there's deviations above and below, and there's a big deviation there, but we still went back into that range. And then I stopped it at on the candle where we lost basically lost that level, that value area of that channel, and we never came back. So that's in hindsight, obviously I put that there. So then I took the next fixed range down here, and you can see how beautifully we've retested that. So that's really bullish. I got into a trade there. I'll tell you about my other trade. I've got a trade from here. Got into another one this morning, but then I had to leave, so I moved my stop loss into entry, and it was already nicely up. But then that week there stopped me out. I was quite upset with myself. Well, for one, I was a bit upset because I only saw later the support we've got here in confluence with the VWAP, which I took the trade off. But what a bit of consolation is that this value area low, this is the total value area low of the whole year. I'll zoom out now, is still above us, so that's big resistance there. So yes, we are above this smaller resistance. We've broken into that channel, but we need to stay above that now, so we're fighting to stay above there. But that value area low is the big area to break into, or to claim. Just going to go back out to the daily so that you can see which level I'm talking about. There you can see it's the value area low of basically the year from, well, the beginning of last year, when we broke into this area above these lows here and stayed in there. Right, so that is a really important level. So if we can get back into that value area low, then we can range again. We're back into this range, value area low to point of control. And then I'll just end off with just showing you on the 1 hour where we are. We were coming down, and that's that low that we hit. I've got that value area low here as well. It's the chart that I'm trading off. Just show you my position. Yeah, there it is. So although it doesn't look very significant, that's on 8.65%, and that's times 3, so that's 25% profit. So that's not bad for a day's work. So what happened here, I'm just going to show you how I took this trade. So I zoomed in here. I'm going to just switch it off for a while. So obviously I didn't try and catch the falling knife there, and then I looked for a back test or a pullback, and then that one there was the perfect pullback. But I was too late there. I was out on the road yesterday doing quotations, but then I saw this as a pivot, and if you go down to the 30 minutes, it looks more of a pivot, you see, because we had another candle, a red candle, and then the green one. So I pulled a fib from there to there, and then that corresponded, we had confluence with a VWAP. It's more of an area, and then but there I wanted to enter there, but I was just not satisfied, and I thought it's probably going to come down and touch the VWAP. So I had my entry, let me just switch that on. Yeah, on the bottom of that CC channel. So I had a really close to that, and I went to bed, and that's something I don't really do. I don't open a trade and then just go to bed. I normally want to see and follow the reaction, but I saw we were making higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, but I wasn't sure about that, and I thought that this would probably have been safer to first make a higher high from this, because then we're bullish. Then we've changed the market structure. Although we are in a bullish, small mini bullish uptrend, claiming or making a higher high, then that is a change in market structure. But anyway, so that things worked out well for me, and I'm seeing this or treating this as a swing trade. So not a scalp or a day trade, so I haven't taken profits. What I have done is I've moved my stop loss to entry, or just like slightly above entry to cover the costs of the trade. So if I get stopped out, that's I'm not going to cry. I'm just going to look for a bear, because if I get stopped out there, we're most probably going down lower. So I just wanted to show you. Yeah, this is also one of my reasonings. I had a deep stop loss here, because if we had a retracement to that CC of that Fibonacci level, then I don't want to get kicked out, and then it goes back up, because that would have probably given us a better momentum up. That one I can switch off. What was the other one? I tried to get into another trade, but I think this is now a big pivot, and I'm leaving my stop loss at my entry, because if we retrace further than that, or even further than that 786 level, then it's going to look bearish. Then we're probably going to go down. So I think my entry was really good. If I switch everything off and you ask me where I would have entered on a chart like this, I mean, that's catching a falling knife is really high risk. No, not really proper pullbacks. There's the perfect pullback, and I got that entry nailed solidly last night. So in spite of my flu, I'm feeling really good. Okay, I actually tried to make this video really short, but that's one of the longer ones. So I hope you get a good idea and overview of the market. And yeah, many people are asking me, if cryptocurrencies, seeing it's us. But I mean, just my heartbeat goes up when opportunities like these come up, and I'm licking my lips because no problem if I get stopped out here, because it means I'm going to get a better entry. So yeah, good times up ahead. And yeah, and obviously all the altcoins have been showing have responded to this bounce. So there's like 23-30% how can I say, rises today, but I'm still not too confident. I think we need to claim this value area low. You see, we're slightly below it, and make and really show strength here. We need to do that, and then go up, and then claim those highs, and then we're on our way. Otherwise, we're probably going to see lower, like I said earlier in the video. Okay, that's it for me for today. I'll chat to you soon again. Cheers.